Hello, Virgo. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot. With my old box here. My supportive oracle cards, the Halloween Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Okay. What do we have for Virgo? Let's move this over here. Okay. This feels good already. It feels more like Virgo is very orderly, I think. I mean, it's Earth, right? You guys are very orderly, aren't you? I think they are. Like things are supposed to go the way things are supposed to go. There's a lot of order involved here. Why am I questioning that? Why am I questioning that? Like, that's kind of like that's normal for Virgo. So are you questioning it yourself, or is somebody else giving you a hard time about it? That's weird. Like that'd be strange to like question a Virgo. Like you're orderly, right? Like well, duh. Like 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 that's normal Virgo energy, right? You guys get right. Why is that coming in? Because I feel like is somebody messing with you or something? You've got death here on your side, which for starting it right off, it's a done deal. You should already know if this is true or not. Like something is finished, a whole new something is coming in. Could be a job, could be a new vehicle for somebody. I don't know why we're going vehicle, but I'm getting could be a vehicle. You might have had an upgrade to your home, or a new person is coming into your life, friendship or otherwise. This can even be the birth of a child, but the death card is like saying this is definitely something where something in your life is different. So when I'm saying the car thing for some people, if it's a car, like it's either much better than you're used to or possibly the other way. Possibly the other way. You got forgiveness in the environment. It feels like whatever it is, it's kind of like this is a fresh start. It feels good to you. It should feel good to you. Even if it's related to a car and it's a much lower level than what you're used to, you might be like, well, it's not as nice of a car as I'm used to, but I still have one and I can still get done what I need to get done. So that might be like the forgiveness here, kind of like, whatever it is, it's kind of like whatever happened in the past, I feel like I got through it, I got past it, and things are still okay. This is the energy we're starting. You got the Four of Swords. There's a lot of healing energy with you. Something that's passed or changed, there's a new energy coming in and it makes you feel like, okay, now I can rebuild the structure and I can redo this. Whatever left, it's kind of like, I feel like you've already accepted it. It's already moved on. It's gone. It's done. But this is making you feel like things can be good again. It's going to take some time. You got the Page of Cups with the Four of Swords. But it's kind of like Virgo doesn't really like a quick fix. That's really not normal for Virgo to be about that. Like, things going well, yeah, that's cool. Yes, definitely. But Virgo's more, let's kind of take our time and get into it. I want things that not only are going to go right, going to go well, but like I understand why they're going well. I can participate and help them go well. Because I participate in the situation that's making it better means that I have control over that and I can keep it going well. And I know it's more dependable. I know it's more stable. I can depend on it. I can rely on it. And that's what you want. You don't want a quick fix because you're like, if it's easy come, it could easily be easy go as well. Not about it. So this is going well. This is something where you're healing. And you might have some scars from the last situation and you're kind of like a little bit nervous, kind of like, well, I've gone through other things. I thought they started off well too, and then me seeing where they went. But you're also kind of like got that breath of fresh air, like, you never know if you don't give things a shot. You got to try. Life has its variables, but I can at least know that if I keep myself together and keep myself on point, at least that variable's under my control. I'm my variable. I'm a variable that I'm under control for my life. I can control my reaction to things and what I'm going to choose. So you're feeling good. Not completely stable at this point, but good. Skull of Darkness here, that's flanking the dark, or the midnight here. The Skull of Darkness. The Skull of Darkness. Sounds very dramatic. It's not bad. It's not bad, even though these cards do seem to be a little bit intimidating. The reason it's intimidating is because I'm trying to make something new, even especially if it's a person coming in. Like, oh boy, I hope this goes well. Like, proof is in the pudding, right? It takes time to really get to know somebody. The longer you get to know somebody, then the longer you can tell, the more you can tell if you can really trust them, or what they're really like, what they're really about, if there's somebody you really want in your life. Like, even if they seem good for now, it takes some time to really get to know somebody. I feel like for a lot of you, it's going to be about some type of person, kind of like, oh, I hope this is good. But it's also about if it's a person for you, quirks come out and little nuances about their own personality, like who they are and how they live. And it's kind of like every now and then it's kind of like, ooh, that's different. Is that okay? I don't know. I got to think about it. It's kind of like, that's different. I gotta think about if I'm okay with that or not, or if that makes sense to me. But it seems kind of like it's like having a different cuisine. Like, if you're used to having like whatever they have in northern Canada, maybe that's plantains, I want to say. You're used to having that type of food, and then you go down to like Australia and they have oh, my blank. I know there's specific food they have there that I just can't think of. Sorry. But you go into that culture and you're like, oh, this is different. Oh, I don't usually have this type of food. I don't know how to react to it. I'm not used to having these flavors. I think they're good, but it's going to take me a minute to get used to it. Like that type of feel. But I feel like it's that foreign. Like when I'm trying to go into like what they have in Australia, like my mind went completely blank in the sense of like, I don't know what to think of it. It's not bad, and just like it's not bad. You're not looking at it like it's bad. You're looking at it like, I have no reference for this. I have no reference. I don't know what to think of it. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I dislike it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know. But I'm here and I'm experiencing it. It's going to take me a minute to really kind of like get used to it. You know what I mean? Like living in northern Canada, for example, as opposed to living in Australia, I'm assuming that's a much different way of life. I'm assuming. Still good people, both good people, but different ways of doing things. That's what I'm thinking. And it's kind of like, it's a little like that for you. Kind of like, I don't think it's bad. I just don't know what to do. That's what it is. I don't know what to do. It's like a new thing. It's new. You got the werewolf with the vampire and the high priestess here. There's a lot of new at once. New isn't bad, but again, like we started off with the food, right? Northern Canada, Australia. But like if you're living there, it's not just the food that's going to be new, right? It's the people, it's the culture, it's how things go. It's the changing of the seasons, because that's the southern hemisphere. We're going from the northern hemisphere to the southern hemisphere. Like there's a bunch of new coming in. It may be just the food that catches you at first. But then it's like there's a whole other culture shock coming in here, a whole other thing coming in here. And you got the vampire with the werewolf. The werewolf is kind of like it might freak you out. It might frazzle you. It might frazzle you just for a minute. I also think Virgo's the one you can get frazzled with something and kind of keep it to yourself. And then when you're off on your own, you can vent that out to yourself or handle that on your own in your own private way. So people may be looking, you might have that like deer in the headlights look when people are talking to you, but that's as far as it goes for the frazzled. And then behind the scenes, when you have a moment, you might be like, oh my lord, what is going on here? I don't understand how this is working, how that's working. I don't understand why this person says that to me. I don't even know what that term means. Blah, 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 blah. Stuff like that. Like, I don't want to, like, did I upset somebody? I don't know. What I said, did that offend people? I don't even know what's being said. I don't understand why that was said to me. I don't know if they liked me and that's why they said that to me. I don't know if they disliked me and that's why they said that to me. A lot of confusion. A lot of, like, I got to sift it out because I don't know what's happening. That happens especially, like, I think, like, when you get to know somebody new and they use terms that, like, you're not understanding how they mean it, that could happen a lot, too. Like, they use a term and you're like, oh, I don't know if that's a good term to use, but the way they talk, I think they said it in a good way. Like there's certain, I won't use them. I'm trying to think of like a benign term. Like there's benign terms that like Depending on how it's said, sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. I feel like it's kind of like that. Feeling like, how am I supposed to take this information? And the vampire werewolf combination makes me feel like I'm trying to figure out what's real here and what's not. And you're slowing up and you're pulling it back. I don't feel like you're reacting to anything really quickly. You're just kind of soaking it in and kind of like trying to figure out, wait, was that okay or was that not okay? I really don't know. I really don't know. The dawn is coming in. I feel like you have a whole new situation coming in. Like, it's kind of like, is somebody trying to be nice to me or is this somebody crossing a line? I can't really tell. But the dawn coming in is telling me you're figuring out where you want to be with this. It's taking you a minute, but you're getting it together. The energy around you is zombie. Not everything you encounter with this new situation is going to be for you. And I feel like the dawn coming in is kind of like, all right, this is what this is about. All right, I'm starting to see what this is about. Now let me see. Now I'm going to start applying what's acceptable and not acceptable for me. I'm going to put my rules into this. Nothing that has to, you don't have to make a big deal about anything. You could, but I don't think you're gonna. But it's kind of like, all right, I understand what these terms are now. I'm okay with this one. I'm not okay with that one. Now that I understand the context and what they actually mean, now I can kind of like, react to how I feel is correct and necessary. You're taking it very slowly. You're also kind of like, you're standing your ground more. It's like you have to learn more about what's actually happening and how this person really reacts to you and really is coming across. Once you get your footing on the ground, like, all right, I see what's happening here. You apply as necessary. You're very sure-footed going forward. Once you get your foot in a couple steps just right, you don't know the whole staircase at this point, granted, but you're like, I know how I'm going to proceed and how I'm going to one foot in front of the other. I know how I'm going to do this. I know how I'm going to climb this staircase now. I'm going to discover more things as I keep walking up it, but I know how I'm going to react and how I'm going to absorb it, what I'm going to allow and what I'm not. It's like you get more of a like how I need, like you already know how you feel. You already know your standards and where you stand on issues. That's not the question. But like when this other person comes towards you and if they're challenging your boundaries or not, you're understanding that better if that's what they're doing the way they're talking or not, and what you need to do to respond to that appropriately. You're very careful with this situation too, I'm noticing. You're very careful with it. Is that the cardinal? The night song. It's the night song. It looks like a cardinal to me, but I don't think a cardinal has that thing on the top of its head. I don't know. Night song, hidden talents. Something coming in quicker. This person that if it's a person anyway, has a lot more to offer than you were expecting. That's what I'm getting with the songbird, because I'm also getting like a cardinal feel with that. It's kind of like something's coming your way you weren't expecting. I'm getting this, but it's good. And it says hidden talents here, which I'm feeling more the bird energy. Like this is somebody who kind of sticks out. This is something that sticks out a bit more than maybe you're comfortable with. At least the way they do it may not be the way you're comfortable with. Not totally, but it's still a good energy. And I'm getting, it's like, things are like, they're going pretty fast. Things are kind of changing pretty quickly with this. I'm getting like, you're going to get along with this person. Again, for those of you, this is a person. You're going to match with this fairly well. But I also feel like, even though you match with this fairly well with the Three of Cups, I feel like you're going to kind of like fade off to the background every now and then. Kind of like, all right, they got to be out there. They got to be loud, whatever they got to do. I'm just going to kind of like go to the background. I'm going to go over here and just stay out of this, stay out of that. I don't see it being bad again. It's just kind of like I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to do that. I feel like that's also advice for some of you. This person, whoever it is, however you're connected to them, may be very out and loud, and that's fine. It's just when it gets to be a bit much, just kind of hang back a little bit, let them do what they need to do, then catch up when you feel like it's comfortable for you. For some of you, I feel like you might need to like work on the balance about when that's a good time to like pull back and go forward. Like you might have to work on like when that's more appropriate. But I'm getting, this is a good connection for you. I feel loyalty here. It's just like finding a balance to where you're more comfortable and still being connected. So you're not going to be comfortable all the time. I'm getting with this energy. You're just not. But sometimes it's kind of like it's better to kind of pull back. Maybe now it's a better time to be more frontward just in case it works out better that way. I'm also getting like whoever this person is, very good connection with the Ten of Cups. Like this is a person who like they really like you in their life. They're a really good person. They're going to look out for you. You're going to get a lot of benefits from this connection, vice versa too. Just working out that benefit that like when should I be more backed off? When should I come more forward? Like working on that. Like once you get that down a little better, I feel like this connection will be a lot smoother and not really that stressful. Not really. Once in a while you might have a hiccup, but nothing that's gonna like throw you to the ground or anything like that, you know. So it's worth it. It's a good connection. Anything else? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.